So I'm taking the steering wheel out here. It's a T27, and you have to get a long tool like this to stick it in there, because the regular head won't fit. It's too long. And then just screw it. There's 2 bolts, and the airbag will pop off. But yeah, you gotta get a special tool like this, and that's T27. So luckily my parts car has an airbag. It's not blown. The only difference between this one and the AMG one is the steering wheel itself is different on the AMG, which I'm gonna keep because it's fine. And on the airbag it says AMG right here. So it doesn't really matter to me. I'm gonna swap this out and save myself some money. But yeah. Here's the new airbag. This sensor right here kind of melted all together. So I'm gonna try to clean this off and see if I can still use it. And if not, I got this off the parts car that I could swap out. I tried pulling this connector off, but it just wasn't coming out on the parts car at all. I think it's not supposed to come out. So yeah. So trying to clean this off is not going to work. It's pretty melted and stuff, so I'm cutting it off, and I'm going to swap it for this sensor so I won't have any issues in the future. So on my E55, this cup holder right here, it's supposed to be a cup holder, it goes right here and it pops out like that, is missing. So I'm gonna go take it off the parts car and put it in here. Hopefully it isn't too hard. But yeah, it's kind of a cool feature to have, and I want that cup holder in there. So apparently all you have to do to replace these cup holders is you pull this up and this comes out as a whole set. Just swap it out. So I'm gonna go swap it on the parts car. Wow, they made that easy. This little AMG logo is the difference. So another thing that's bothering me is when you turn the steering wheel, it makes this noise. And I don't know what it is. If it's either my steering column or my steering rack. I hope it's the steering rack because that's way easier to get to. If it's the steering column, that's gonna suck to replace. But yeah, probably gonna change this steering rack out, and if the noise continues, then I gotta do the steering column. So on these engines and these transmission, it comes with a spot for transmission oil dipstick, but there is no dipstick, and on my parts car it didn't have a dipstick either. So you have to buy a separate tool or dipstick to check the oil level on the transmission. And since my oil cooler for the transmission lines were disconnected and a bunch of oil came out, I gotta check the oil level and top it off.
Weeks later.
check engine light. Idle's good. ABS light is on. But that's it. So I was trying to close the hood, and the first problem I ran into was this piece right here. This is the one that came with the parts car, and this hood is off the parts car, and it's different, so it doesn't close over the AMG engine and the air filter, so I had to swap it out. Kind of sucks because this one was broken right here, didn't have a piece, but I have to run it because I have nothing else, and this nice one doesn't fit on it. The second issue I ran into was when I was closing the hood. The latches seemed too low, but thankfully Mercedes has a bunch of like adjustments everywhere. So on this lock right here, if you tighten it, it'll lengthen these. And you also have these right here. If you screw them in, it'll put it shorter. So I lengthened these and I made these things shorter. And now the hood closes nice and flush. No issues. Nice and clean and flush. Same with this side. Nice, flush with the headlight. So I'm gonna start putting it back together. Get the headlights on, get the bumper on. And if these guys weren't in the way, I would have probably drove it tonight, but that's all right. We're gonna get this guy done to tomorrow, and then I'll drive it tomorrow. But yeah, it's pretty close, pretty dang good. We'll get started on putting it back together. Got the headlights in, all wired in. Got the washers wired in for them. Got this grill on. Got those that side headlight on. All that's left is the bumper. So I got the front end all back on. Only thing left to do really is a couple things underneath the car that I'll do tomorrow, like plug in the fog lights, some sensors and stuff, fender liners, side skirts, and then that engine guard right there, or splash shield. But other than that, this is how the car's sitting right now. Everything lined up good. Got everything hooked up. Hood lines up nice. So yeah, got the radiator and the coolant all done. Got it started. Everything looks good. Only thing I got to do mechanically is the steering rack. But I just want to get this thing on the road and drive it. I don't care if the steering rack squeals. Just want to feel it. But that'll be for another video. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.